Hey friends, so for this lesson, I need you to go gather some change. I need you to at least have one of every coin, and maybe a couple of each might be a good idea. So I need you to pause this video and go make sure you have a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter, at least one of each. Go pause your video and do that now. Now I'm going to teach you today how to do rubbings. So what you're also going to need are a brown crayon and a black crayon. I have these twistable crayons that I use, but you just can use regular crayons. So now you need a brown crayon and a black crayon. Pause your video and go get a brown and a black crayon. You're also going to need a piece of paper. So I want you to get just a piece. It can be a scratch paper, or it can just be a piece of blank paper, or even lined paper, doesn't matter. But I want you to first do some practice rubbings before you do them in your journal. So rubbings are a very old technique and a lot of times used with leaves and flowers and all sorts of things, anything that has a raised surface. So I'm going to start with the penny, and what I'm going to do is put the penny the way that I want to show it. So I'm going to do heads up, and we know that the head is Abraham Lincoln, and then I'm going to put the piece of paper on the top of it. And then I'm going to color over the top of this. Now I do this very lightly. I can always add more, but if I do it really lightly, you can see that I'm getting at least the outside edge. And now I go over it again because I want to be able to see Abraham Lincoln. And I don't know about you, but I can see Abraham Lincoln there. Looks pretty good. Now I want to do the back side. And again, I'm going to put it where I want it, underneath my paper, and I am going to do the rubbing. And look, you can see the Lincoln Memorial, and I can see that it says 1 cent down there. And I rub it until I can see a really good version of the penny. Look how good those are. I'm going to zoom in so you can see them. Wow, that's pretty awesome, isn't it? Okay. This takes some practice. I've been doing this a while. So you may want to do a few. That's why you got this piece of paper. These are your practice rubbings. And I want you to do them with every coin. You're going to use the black, or if you have a gray, you may want a gray for the other coins. So I'm going to do the dime. It actually is also pretty good, a good one to do. And I'm going to put it in there, and I'm not going to do all of them because you don't need to sit here and watch me do this. You just really need to practice. But again, I'm not pushing down really hard. I am just dragging my crayon over it, and I keep doing it until I can see the picture. I want you to practice that several times. It's not going to be perfect. Everybody listen. It's not going to be perfect, but you should be able to see a likeness of that coin underneath. And I want you to do the front and the back of the coins, practicing that, seeing if you can get that down. We are not going to get super upset about this if ours doesn't turn out. You're just practicing, because I'm going to show you mine and my finished product, and you can see again, sometimes I can read the stuff on this outside, sometimes I can't. But if I do it lighter and then just keep going over it till I can see the picture, you can see that that is the likeness of a dime. It's not perfect, but it does look pretty good. Okay, so you're going to do that for every coin. What you're going to do, once you feel good about it on your practice paper, look, I practiced before I even did this video to make sure I was doing it right again. And look, I did the back of 2 different pennies because I had 2 different backs. And so I wanted to do both of those in here. So that's pretty cool. And I was trying different things. So then I want you to take it to your journal. So notice my journal, this is what you set your paper up like. I put the heads and then I put the 2 tails. Heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails. Now, I should have gone and gotten a different nickel, but quite frankly, I don't have that much change here in the room. That's not play money. So my nickel here did not come out very well. It came out better actually on my white paper, but still it's kind of, the back side came out really good. The front is just pretty, not very easily read because it's kind of smooth actually. And then I noticed that this nickel is from 1964. And when I look at it, it's just not raised much anymore. And I think just because it's so old, guys, 1964, that was a long time ago now. So I feel like that's probably why this one didn't rub as well. So you may want to find the newest coins you can because the raised part will be better on those. But I want you to use these as your pictures. Guys, I do this in class every year. It is really challenging for some kids, and other kids just really, really like it. So feel free, just make sure you do a heads and a tails, and if you find several quarters and you want to do a couple of different ones for the tails, feel free to do that. But just make sure yours is neat and readable and it makes sense that the pennies are all together. The nickels are all together. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up or any of those things. You can see by my picture here, I'll raise it up so you can see the whole thing. It's not perfect, but I can see the difference in the coins and the difference in their sizes and the difference in their colors. And that's really all we're gonna go for right here. And we're gonna just have fun using some art in math today.